Hello and welcome back to Disabled and Prepping. Today we're going to do side 2 of my oyster mushrooms. So I've already put it in the... I've already flipped it over, but what I forgot to do is open this up because we got to put it in that pan of water there. Because I don't have a big enough bowl to put this in, so I'm using a pan. It worked just fine on the first one, so I'm assuming it'll work just fine on the second one. So we're going to pour this out. Let's use my camera view right now, because it's really hard to do one-handed. Alright, so here's the substrate. I taped the back so I could put it on without losing any of the substrate. I now have to cut an X into this container, or into the bag, so it can absorb, so it can get moistened up by the water, and so we can start growing some mushrooms. So I'm going to attempt to do this one-handed. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it, but we're going to give it a try. Hopefully my knife is enough. It is. It's going to go slow, but always best to go slow with a knife, right? Especially if you have a neurological movement disorder. So we're getting off the camera view. Sorry if you hear Caber in the background. She is crying because she thinks she can eat this, and she can't. But because I brought the pan of water in, she thinks that there is something to eat. And there isn't. Alright, this is going a lot better than I thought it was going to do with one hand. Look at that. I can do this one-handed. Yay me. Alright, so now we got to open them up. And that seems to be a bit harder. And we open it up because we have to scratch the surface a little bit and wake it all up. So I'm just going to cut into it because I don't have anything to really scratch it to. So we're going to give this a little bit of rough it up. Alright. And then we close it back up. Oh, I hope you saw that. Okay, I roughed it up a little bit in there because you have to rough it up to supposedly wake it up. And then I'm going to put the pieces back down so we don't have too much of the substrate coming out. And then I have to soak it overnight. So unfortunately this video is going to be in several pieces, but I'm going to try to put it all together. And so this is step 1. So tonight it's going to soak in there, and then I'll record what we do after that. So for right now, that's step 1. Day 2 of the mushrooms. I just took it out of that water. That's why the water looks yucky. And I dried it off and put it in the box. So the cuts are still in it, and it's soaked overnight. And then I took the towel, dried the bag off as best I could, put it back in here per the directions. I'm not quite sure why it's got to be that way, but anyways, that's what we're going to do. And this is day 2 of the mushrooms. So nothing has started yet. We're just waking the mushroom spores up, and I'll bring you along to day 3 and tomorrow. Alright, day 3 is to squirt it with the bottle they give you and fill it with some water. Squirt it a couple times a day to make sure that the substrate stays nice and moist. And I'm going to hopefully be able to do this with one hand. So, seeing that I had the fan on earlier, I'm going to make sure I give it a good squirt. Make sure everything stays moist. As we all know, mushrooms needs moisture. So I will do this again later tonight. Like I said, it was pretty dry, so I want to make sure I get enough in there. Oops, hopefully you were seeing that. All right, there we go. And I'm not going to show you next time, but later tonight I got to do another misting of it to keep the substrate that it's growing in moist. And so far we don't have anything, but it's only been, day 3. So, all right, that's what you do for the next several days. I'll bring you back when things start to pin and come up. I'm not going to show you every day of misting. So, again, this is day 3. I'll bring you back when things start getting a little bit growing. All right. I have lost track of days. This one took a lot longer. So far, I've just got a few mushrooms on the second side. I didn't think I was going to get any at all. And they're a different color because of the different temperatures. So that the first one was on a different temperature than this one is. So it's going to look a little bit different. Because it all depends on the light, the temperatures, and things like that. So right now, this is all we have growing, but I was really surprised that we even had that. So, because it wasn't doing anything for a little while. So, I don't know if I just waited too long between rounds to try them, because some things had come up and I didn't get a chance to get to it, or what's going on. But anyways, here's the update. We'll keep you updated. Bring you back next time.